Welcome to Pouches and More, and today we'll prepare this pouch. It's got a strap on the side. We have used false leather over here, and we made a boxing on the top also. It's got ample space to store toiletries, cosmetics. We have made divisions only on one side of the pouch. So on one side we can keep the bottles or tubes that we want straight. So this is how it looks. Only on one side there's division, and it's quite spacious to hold a lot of things. We have made a boxing on the base also. The strap is on the side, and we have used false leather on the front as well as for the strap. So this is how it looks overall. We have quilted the entire pouch to give it some structure. Even the things inside will be safe. So once we store in the divisions, this is how much space we'll be having. So we can put bottles right in the center and can hold at least 4 to 5 bottles. So this is how it will be looking. So let's start making this pouch. So first let's check out the materials required to make this pouch. We require 2 pieces of main fabric. We have quilted this, and these measure 8.5 by 11 inches. We also require 2 pieces of lining fabric fused with interfacing, and these also measure 8.5 by 11 inches. We require fabric for the pocket, and this measures 14 inches by 7 inches, and we have fused it half with the interfacing measuring 14 inches by 3.5 inches, so it's only to be fused half. Next we'll require this false leather strip, and this measures 20 inches by 4 inches. We also require 14-inch long zip. So these are all the materials we'll require. So first we'll prepare the false leather strip. For that we're just going to fold it right sides together. We'll be using a double-sided tape. So first on one edge we're just going to put this double-sided tape. Once we have stuck the whole tape to one side, one edge, we're just going to peel it off so that we can stick the other edge also. Now on this tape we are going to stick the other edge. So right sides of the false leather strip will be together. Once this is done, once it's stuck, we are going to make a straight stitch. So our strap is done, or our strip is done. Now we are just going to turn it to the right side. We are not going to flatten the seams as we have stuck it with the double-sided tape. So we are just going to turn it over to the right side. Once that is done, we have put the seam in the center. We have not put it on the side. We have put the seam on the center. Now we'll take the main fabric. From above we are going to make a marking of 2 inches. So this is the top part. We are going to make a marking of around 2 inches, and this is the place where we'll attach the leather strip. So we'll just make a line over here. And since we'll have to attach the leather strip over here, we are again going to put a double-sided tape over here. This double-sided tape makes it easy to stitch leather, else the leather will shift while stitching. So this keeps it in place. So we're just going to do the same thing. Once we've attached the leather double-sided strip, we're just going to peel it off, and we are going to place the leather one fold over here. So the fold the seam we have put in the center, and we have flattened the whole strip. So one end we are just going to put it on this double-sided tape, and this strip it is inclusive of the strap also that will be attaching in the side. So once we have stuck the top part, we'll also do that for the bottom part. So the bottom part we are going to make a mark first. We are going to make a line, and then on that we will be attaching the double-sided tape. So here we are just going to make a line. This is where we'll have to stick the double-sided tape. Now the strip that we attached in the front, we have not made any top stitch on the strip. We are going to make a top stitch now, that is to attach it to the main fabric. So once our line is made, we are just going to again attach the lower part with the double strip and double-sided tape and stick it. We have cut the extra strip over here, leather strip over here. We just cut it. Now we are just going to attach the double-sided tape, peel it off, stick the leather, and then make a top stitch. So now we are going to make a top stitch on both. So we have changed the foot to a Teflon foot. So once the strap is attached, now we'll attach the once the strip is attached, we'll attach the side strap. This is the extra fabric from the strip. We are going to make stitches on this so that it becomes a little firm. Finish stitching the strap also. This makes it little firm since the weight of the whole pouch will be on this. Now both of them have the same width, and that is the reason we cut it from the strip itself. So we are going to attach it like this on the leather strip itself, and this is how we will be placing the side handle. So it's going to be like this. Both will be aligning the edge, and we are going to make a stitch on this. As of now we are just going to clip it. So we are just going to firmly clip it. We have used more clips over here, and we are going to make a straight stitch on this. So our strap is also done. This is how it will be looking. Now we need to make a boxing on the bottom as well as the top. So on the bottom we'll be making a boxing of 1.5 inch. So we're going to make a marking of 1.5 inch on both the sides. So it is 1.5 inch by 1.5 inch square. So we'll do this on the other side also, bottom. We'll be doing the same boxing on the other fabrics also, that is the lining and the main fabric also. So bottom will be 1.5 by 1.5. On the top part we are going to make a box. This will be 1 inch by 3/4 inch. So this is 3/4 inch and this is 1 inch. So we'll do the same on the other side also. So here we are going to make a box of 3/4 inch by 1 inch. So here 1 inch and here 3/4 inch. Now the same marking. So here it is 3/4 inch by 1 inch. This is the marking. Now here it is 1 inch by 3/4 inch, and here it is 1.5 inch by 1.5 inch. The same thing we will be doing on the other main fabric as well as the two lining fabrics. Now the marking is done on all four. We are going to cut this. So we have finished cutting this also. Now just going to put this aside. We have taken one lining fabric. Now from the base, that is the 1.5 inch boxing, we are going to take a marking of 1 inch. So this is the lining fabric. On the lining fabric, we are going to take a marking of 1 inch from the base. That is the 1.5 inch boxing. We are going to take a marking of 1 inch and we are going to join this. We are going to make a straight line. So this is the base of our division or our pocket. So this is our 1 inch marking. Now on this 1 inch marking, above this 1 inch marking, we are going to make a marking of 3.5 inch. So this is 3.5 inch above the 1 inch. So this is the breadth of the pocket or division. It is 3.5 inch. Now on both these, that is 3.5 inch as well as the 1 inch, we are going to make a marking of 1.5 inch, 2 inch. So from this side it is going to be 1.5 inch and beside that 2 inch. We'll do the same on the 1 inch line also. So from the edge it's going to be 1.5 inch and after that 2 inch. On this side also same thing. Now here we also need a center mark. So for that what we are going to do is we are just going to fold it in half like this, and on the 3.5 inch mark also we are going to make a center mark, and the 1 inch line also we are going to make a center mark. So this is our center mark on the lining fabric and these are the marks on our lining fabric. So this is center mark, this is 1.5 and 2 inch. Now this is on the lining fabric. We will be making a marking on our pocket fabric also. So this is our pocket fabric which we have fused in half. Now we are going to fold it right sides together like this. Align the edges. We need to make a stitch on the open side. So one side is folded, the other side is open. We are just going to clip this entirely and we need to make a stitch over here. So here we are going to make a straight stitch on the open side. Only half is fused. Once this is done, we are just going to finger press the seams just to flatten it a bit, and then we'll turn this fabric to the right side. That is the reason we have fused it only in half. So now we are just going to turn it over to the right side and we will be turning this like this. I'll be doing it this way. Now once it's turned to the straight right side, we're just going to again press the seams, flatten the seams. And now on the folded side, not on the stitch side, on the folded side we need to make a top stitch. Before that we are just going to flatten the entire fabric. Just hand press the whole thing and flatten it, and on this edge, that is the folded edge, we are going to make a top stitch. That will be our top part. So this is the pocket fabric or the division fabric. It's ready. We have done the top stitch. Now we'll make a center mark on this also. So just fold the fabric in half and make a center line. Now on this fabric we need to make straight lines, and the markings will be different than the lining fabric. So this is our center fabric. We are just going to join the top and bottom marking. Now in this the marking will be, this is our center marking. Now from both the sides again we will be marking. So from one side we will be doing, the first marking will be of 2 inches. The next one will be of 2.5 inches. So we'll do the same thing on the bottom also, 2 inches and then 2.5 inches. On the other side also it will be. So this is from the edge, we'll be doing 2 inches and then 2.5 inches. We'll do that on the base also. That is again 2 inches and 2.5 inches. Now since we need to make a stitch on this, we'll be joining these points so that we get a straight line to make a stitch. So we have made the markings on the top and the bottom. We are just going to join them. So we'll be having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 divisions. 3 on either side. We made a difference of ½ inch than the lining fabric. The divisions we have made difference of ½ inch. That is how we'll be getting the rounded pockets. So now first we are going to align the base line, that is the 1 inch that we did on the lining fabric, that line, and the center line. So first we'll align this and clip it neatly. After that we'll be doing the side divisions or side pockets. We're just going to pin this, the top and bottom. Now for the next division, we are going to align this 2.5 inch mark to the 2 inch mark on the lining fabric. So we are going to align, we are going to see that it is on the 1 inch line of the base and then align it with this 2 inch marking. So this is our second division. Now for the next division also we'll do the same thing. First we are going to align it with the base and then the lining fabric markings. And we're just going to pin it so that it does not shake. The last we are going to align the raw edges. So that is our last pocket in the on the edge. So this edges we are going to align of both the pocket fabric as well as the lining fabric. And we're just going to clip this. Now this entire thing what we did on this side, we are going to do the same thing on the other side also. Now once that is done, we are going to make a stitch on all these lines. So our divisions are ready and this is how they will be looking. Now we need to attach the zip. So for that we have taken the main fabric, the right side will be facing up. We'll take the zip, the slider side will be facing down. We are going to just align it and clip it together. Now take the lining fabric, right side will be facing down. So on the front part we haven't put the division, we'll be putting the division that is on the lining fabric, that will put it back. So here right sides are together, the zipper is sandwiched in between, a straight stitch over here. This is done. We need to make a top stitch. For that just put both the fabrics on one side, finger press where the zip is attached. We're just going to finger press that part and we'll be making a straight stitch over here. So that is done, one side is ready. Now for the other side we are just going to, a top stitch is done. Now for the other side we are just going to get the main fabric, Again, right side facing down. Align it from the sides and the top. We're just going to align it from the side, and we are going to align it from the top, that is the other side of the zipper tape, and again we are going to clip them together. So here right side's main fabric, we'll just turn that over. Now lining fabric is over here. We'll put the main part of the lining fabric facing down. Align from the side and the top, and again clip them together with the zip. So here lining fabric right sides are together, and here main fabric right sides are together. Straight stitch over here. Now the straight stitch is done. We're just going to finger press and make a top stitch over here. So our main fabric, it's completely ready. Our main pouch body is ready. We're just going to open the zip, and we're going to put the right sides of the main fabric together and right sides of the lining fabric together. We need to make a stitch all around. So we are going to clip all around. Align the edges as well as the box neatly. We need to make a stitch all around. So here we are going to make a stitch. Now on the base of the lining fabric, we will be leaving an opening, that is for turning the whole pouch right side out. So rest entire we are going to make a stitch. Stitch completely, and we have left an opening. So this is the opening that we have left. We are just going to finger press the seams all around. So we're just going to finger press it like this. Flatten the seam and finger press it, and we'll do this all around the pouch that we stitched just now. Stitching the boxing, we are just going to flatten it like this. It could be a little difficult, so we need to open the fabric neatly. Now we are going to flatten the seams, align the stitch marks together, and we are going to flatten the boxing like this entirely. We need to make a stitch on this. So as of now we are just going to clip it. We will be doing this for the main fabric also. So even the main fabric we will be doing the same thing. We need to align the stitch marks, flatten the seams. So the stitch seams we are just going to flatten it, and we are going to align the center stitch marks. Just pull the fabric neatly and align it. It should be flat. And we're just going to clip this together. We need to make a straight stitch on this. So we're just going to clip it now, and we need to make a straight stitch. We'll be doing the same thing on the other side of the main fabric as well as the lining fabric. I'm going to stitch all the boxing that we just clipped. stitching is done. The base boxing we have stitched. Now this top boxing we need to stitch. So for that it's the same process. Just flatten the entire pouch like this. Align the stitch marks. The only thing in this is the stitch marks will also be aligned with the teeth of the zip. So the zipper teeth will be aligning with the stitch of the side of both the main and the center lining fabric. So this is how it will be. See that it is entirely flat. On this side the zip is closed, so it will be a bit easy. The lining fabric, if it's folded, just neatly open it, flatten it neatly and align it. So the stitch of the main fabric, then the zipper teeth and the stitch of the lining fabric, all three of them will be aligning together. Now for the other side, one side is done. Now for the other side we have to do the same thing. We are just going to flatten the seams like this. Flatten the pouch, side flat, make it flat, make the side a bit flat. Now since this is an open zip, this side will be open. The zip will be completely open on this side. So we need to put the zipper teeth together and stitch it. So see that it does not become too separate. But since the boxing is there, it will be together. So align the stitch marks here also. Now we are going to make a stitch on this as well as on this side. Once that is done, we'll just cut off the extra zip on from both the sides. Now from this part we are going to turn the whole pouch to the right side. This is the opening. From here we will turn the whole pouch to the right side. So neatly push the entire pouch out from this opening. Now this is how it will be. We have completely turned it to the right side. We need to stitch the opening on the lining fabric. So this is the opening. Neatly align it and stitch it. We're just going to pin this over here together. So here we're just going to pin it again neatly together. And we need to make a stitch over here. It's a simple straight stitch. We can hand stitch it or machine stitch it. I'll be machine stitching it. So here a straight stitch. So finished stitching it. We have pushed the lining inside neatly, and this is how it will be looking when it's completely done. These are the divisions that we have done. So we have got divisions only on one side, and it's lined completely inside, and this is how it will be looking. So it can hold a lot of things inside. It's quite simple to make, so please do try this. Thanks for watching.